right now in Croatia, and we are in a really nice spot. As you can see, our car back there, and then the mountains in the back. I don't know how much do you know about our van, but we have solar panels right now, so we can live fully in it. We have some water tanks. Of course, it's not that much, but I think every 3 or 4 days we have to get to a camping place. And right now our idea is to chill out, to just enjoy a little bit the place we are. So we are going to stay here for, I think, for 3 or 4 nights, and then go to the next place.
For a perspective, our location right now is in the middle of nowhere around this area over here in Croatia.
Because we have been here for a few days, we have seen already some of the fishermen, and then yesterday we bought fish, and today we've got this huge bowl of mussels for free. We wanted to pay for them, but the fisherman wouldn't have it. So yes, this is going to be our dinner today. Normally when we buy mussels on the supermarket, they come really clean. So I wasn't aware that they come quite dirty, and then we have to clean them, because of course you don't want to have this on your soup or whatever you are eating. And yeah, so right now I'm doing this this cleaning up task, and I just discovered that this thing, that it keeps the mussel attached to something on the sea. Then I was cutting it, but I guess one part of the green stuff remains inside. So this thing, yeah, if I push it to the front, and then it will come up entirely. Yes.
We're going to have mussels with salad. So
Keep it local.
keep it local. With salad from Germany still, I think. But yeah, let's keep it local. Okay, change of scenes. It's night, it's inside. We cooked the mussels, we have some salad.
And we have our jackets on because it is like 10 degrees outside.
Okay, let's get to it. So we're gonna eat and see you guys. Bye bye.
Although Croatia has a beautiful coastline, we decided to focus our tour on the inland of the country, because as we were visiting in April, the sea was freezing cold still. Our first important site to visit was the Krka National Park. And while many people visit only the most famous section, which is marked here in blue, we decided to visit also other areas of the national park. And we started visiting the Roski waterfall area.
We are now in the northern part of the Krka National Park, where there's one castle further up, I think. Huh? Ruins of a castle, and there is also a nice cascade. Actually, there are two. All those old buildings here, like this one behind me, they're all former mills, and they use the cascade to power their mills, probably for grain. Now we have seen the part down here, which is where the cascade is, where the boat lies, where the lake, well, it's not a lake, but see, it looks like a lake, is. And now we're going up further north a little bit, upstream, where there's another nice set of cascades and maybe a cave if we make it there.
Now we are in spring, and we are on the spring vacation time here, and there is no one. Like, we haven't seen in this area a person at all, so it's a great time to come here if you want to evade the crowds.
Whew. There is a viewpoint up here, a couple of meters. It's quite steep, but it's definitely worthwhile coming up here. Such a nice view. I mean, look around. Doesn't get much better than that, I think. These waterfalls, which you just saw in the video as well, they are much more beautiful from up high. There are some viewpoints, for example, where you go up to the cave. Flat down, I mean, it's still nice, but you can't really see the shapes of the waterfalls. Anyways, for us it's time to leave for today. We're going to have a barbecue and yeah, then have a good night's sleep. Bye bye, see you tomorrow. We just bought our tickets and then now we are on a trail. It's around 900 meters down to the waterfall, which is the main attraction here. Hello. Hello.
3 Doritos later. No, I didn't take the cat with me. It didn't fit in my bag.
Yeah, so after a short but very important cat interruption, let us show you what you can do here and what we are going to do. Okay, so this is Krka National Park and now we're here at Lozovak. This is the entrance to the main cascade. So we're now here, we're going to see the cascades. If you want to, you can take a boat either to an island here or even further up to the upper cascades here. Cascades, here we go. Okay, that's it. Now we made it back to where we started. We're going to take the bus back up because first of all it's getting quite warm already. I can't imagine doing this in summer, but yeah, we have like 20 degrees and no breeze and the sun is burning already. And second, we still want to go to the city of Split today, have a walk through the city there, see what we do tomorrow. So also, in the interest of time, sparing us the walk. So we made it to Split. We're just gonna have a stroll around the city. Maybe already check out if we can do a boat tour tomorrow. There's a blue cave nearby here. But yeah, nothing else.
Here in Split were several scenes of Game of Thrones recorded. Mostly scenes where Daenerys was involved, so for example the place where she had her dragons underground, and also places where the Unsullied were walking and also she was walking, so it was about the Daenerys area. Yes, so that's what we found out. Good morning. We just spent a night in a beautiful place. We didn't know it was beautiful until right now that we opened the door. And today we're going to have a really chill breakfast, wake up slowly and then start the day. We will have a beautiful weather as well, so we're happy for that.
So you might be wondering, hey wait, Chris and Jaya, you promised us a boat tour to a blue hole and to a blue cave, and now we are here in the middle of nowhere, far away from the lake, from the sea. What's going on? So turns out the tour to the blue cave is quite expensive. So it's around 100 euros, more or less. Some are more expensive, few are cheaper.
Per person.
Per person, and it's a whole day trip. So except from being relatively expensive, of this whole trip you only spend a very small time in the cave, and the rest is like on beaches, on surrounding lakes, for snorkeling and everything. Now in spring the water is freezing cold, so we can't do any of that. So we would be paying 100 euros for basically a short time in the cave and a day trip around islands where we can't go into the water. So we decided not to do it. Instead, we're here at the spring, the spring of Cetina River, and then we will see what we do the rest of today. Probably visit another part of Krka National Park. So we have then 3 days of Krka National Park, different locations, but the most northern part we haven't visited, and it's close by here, so we will probably give that one a go.
This place is called by the locals the Eye of the Earth, or in Google Blue Lake, and here is the spring of the river Cetina. So the water comes from the downside and then goes up and flows to the river. So you will see it in the next images. It looks beautiful, and now I think you cannot see it from the ground, from the same level, so we'll fly the drone and see how it looks from the sky.
In this Cetina Valley, where the Cetina River springs are, there's not a lot to do, but it's absolutely amazing. We found a nice spot, a nice scenic spot. Gonna have lunch
And a coffee.
and a coffee afterwards, and then we're going on to Krka National Park.
Here in the north of Krka, this is the most important waterfall. There are 5 of them, and we're visiting this one right now. So let's go.
It's like a 5-minute walk. So we made it to the end of the way. It's like a 10-minute walk, maybe 10 to 15 minutes. So now we're gonna have a sandwich, cookies, some chips, and then we call it a day. Bye for now.
Yesterday we had 22 degrees, and today we woke up with this. What the hell is going on with the weather in Croatia? We just arrived at the Plitvice National Park. It is around like 4 degrees. It's really cold and snowy. We will have a cup of coffee and wait a little bit for the weather to be better. I think around midday will be better, so we will wait a little bit in the warm.
Yeah, it almost stopped snowing, and from midday on there's supposed to be a little bit of sunshine as well. That would be great because the colors are obviously much nicer with sun.
And the funny thing is that you see some tourists, they were obviously not prepared for this at all, so they have like the summer weather, the summer clothes, and then it's really, really cold. We just started the tour. We're going to take one of the routes, which is the 1C, and it would take about 6 hours to do the whole tour. Of course, it will take longer if we stop for making pictures or lunch break or whatever. So yes, let's
And
start.
it stopped raining. There's no
yes.
sun yet, but it stopped raining.
It's cold, but it's not raining. That's okay.
Also, there exist different routes that lead you to different parts of the park. We're going to follow Route C. And yeah, so you first decide which route you want to do, and then you just follow the signs.
Depending on the time you have
Depending on the time you have and
where you start.
and where you start. And I think Route C is like, you see sort of everything a little bit.
Yeah, like upper and lower lakes, and you start here at this entrance.
What you can see behind us is the largest waterfall of Krka as far as we know, and it's very close to entrance 1, so it's like the first thing you really see when you enter from entrance 1. It's the first bigger stop. Now it started snowing again, but we're looking at it from the bright side. As long as it snows, we don't get wet. When it starts raining, that's where we get wet and it gets uncomfortable. So,
as we mentioned before, we can choose different routes, and we chose one where we walk towards the waterfall, so we always see them instead of walking back, like don't see them and walking the other way, because otherwise we'll have to turn again every time and see if it is a nice spot. But in that way, we have all the beautiful view all the time. Here, this part is the actual soil, and here you can see the sedimented barriers and the water. So in these areas will be some waterfalls in many cases not, but then you can see the different lakes and heights along the area.
so here you can see these barriers. We have a lake here, then we have the sediment barrier, which the water built up itself over the years, and then on top we have another lake. That's quite amazing. Okay, so now we're at the end of the walking part, almost at the end. We're going to take, with all the others, the panoramic train, which I think is a bus actually, but anyways.
And with the last views from above of the Plitvice National Park, we conclude our visit to Croatia.
Thanks for watching,
If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button below.
and leave us a comment. We would like to hear your opinions and thoughts.